I can't pinpoint the exact moment when I started wearing clothes traditionally associated with the opposite gender. All I remember is that back in kindergarten I was already wearing shiny nylon panties, and I loved the heck out of them. And my hottest wish was to get one of those shiny nylon lycra leotards that I saw female gymnasts on TV wear. Now then, I also remember that there was this little old lady who used to look out for me when I was, even before I went to kindergarten. And sometimes, living nearby, sometimes she used to take her with me to her home. And her daughter, then a young adult, used to come home from work, and she used to undress right there. And then sometimes I would catch a glimpse of her in her underwear and stockings and pantyhose and whatnot. And yeah, well, she didn't pay much attention to what was essentially a toddler back then. But I do sort of vaguely remember this thing. And now that I think about it, the kindergarten panty wearing episode wasn't even my earliest memory of being drawn to women's clothes. Rather, this other episode was with this young woman undressing and allowing me a sort of deeper glimpse into her femininity that absolutely left a very deep mark in my psyche, apparently, and it may have actually triggered my cross-dressing as well. As a kid, even as old as 15, I was not aware that there were other people indulging in this same thing that I was enjoying and I was doing, cross-dressing. I was fairly convinced that I was the only cross-dresser in the world and that I would remain the only cross-dresser in the world forever and ever. And I didn't seek out contact with other cross-dressers. I was thoroughly unaware of the fact that I was a cross-dresser. This whole thing was truly organic for me, and it was just a natural part of who I was. So I didn't actually seek out contact with anybody else, and I didn't, as a child, as a kid, obviously I didn't seek to gain a deeper understanding of what it truly was. It was part of me, it was a part of who I was, and it was there, and that was it. There was nothing to question about it for me. So yeah, I do believe that this sort of being the only crossdresser in the world kind of feeling is something that many other crossdressers do in fact experience. Only they don't indulge in it as much as I did throughout my life. I think I was like around 16 or 17 when I started realizing that there were other people around who did the same thing and that I was not unique either. Since then, I had to realize that there's pretty much nothing unique one can do in life. Whatever you do, whatever you experience and feel that it is sort of a unique thing and that nobody else can possibly understand what it is, I can bet you that there are thousands, if not millions of people who have already had those very same feelings tied to that trigger. During my early cross-dressing days, I did not experience any kind of pressure to appear more feminine or to have my voice feminized or to sound more feminine or to try to pass in any shape or form. I didn't experience any of that. There was no pressure for me to be more feminine. On the contrary, society was sort of trying to force my hand to be more manly, and as a naturally feminine kid I was often bullied for being as girly as I was. So there was definitely an episode there during my life when I wished that I was much more masculine, and as a result of that I started working out, I started packing on some muscle, and I sort of started gravitating towards what I would call a male kind of ideal. That has sort of been dispelled since then, and I have grown to truly embrace my femininity. I was in elementary school when I first got hooked on pantyhose, stockings, shiny nylons, and nylon lycra leggings and shorts. Now, I distinctly remember the first time ever that I purchased a pair of a pair of shiny biker shorts, but they weren't really biker, they were more like fashion shorts of the kind that I mentioned earlier in my one of my earlier videos. And I distinctly remember when I first tried it on, I brought it home when I bought it, and I brought it home and you know, I was full of anticipation. I knew this thing would look awesome on me, and I knew it would feel awesome, but nothing had prepared me for the kind of feeling that I got when I put it on. It was smooth, slippery, almost liquid-like on my skin, and it was nothing I had experienced and nothing that I had ever imagined it could be. It was such a sensual feeling when I put it on, and such a great feeling that it surpassed all my expectations by at least tenfold. And that was the first time that I had that feeling that this was just right. I was supposed to be wearing this thing, and yeah, it was something that I had to do, no matter what. I was in high school when I started wearing leotards and one-piece bathing suits. I really got hooked on that look, having been inspired by ladies' professional wrestling of the 80s, 90s that I used to watch online, and I used to grab pictures of online. There was this site that's still around, I think it's called Steel Kittens, and that featured ladies wearing, rocking the classic leotards and tights wrestling look, and I absolutely got hooked on that one, and there was nothing in the world that I wanted more than to become a professional female wrestler back then. And yeah, these things just look great, and I didn't actually have a sort of an urge to try out dresses or you know, normal feminine female clothes that I would deem normal. Even though there was this sort of lack of motivation and lack of interest in what I would call normal female clothes, I like dresses and pants and you know, coats and blouses and whatever. I simply knew subconsciously, even back then, that these items of clothing would eventually enter my wardrobe, my cross-dressing wardrobe. I didn't actually want to cross-dress in them back then, but I knew that the time would come when I would want to. And that was a weird kind of thing as well, because you know, it was sort of a logical progression, having progressed from panties to pantyhose and shorts and leggings and bathing suits and leotards and boots, and then yeah, I knew that more would come, and I knew that I would know when the time was right for these things, and I knew that I would love it when the time came. I was in college when I tried on my first pair of heels, and I was absolutely floored by the experience. Now that I knew that high heels would probably look good on me. Everybody kept telling me even back then that I had women's legs, and I was fairly certain that I would look good in heels, although in the back of my mind there was this sort of nagging apprehension that you know, I might not look good, that I might look ridiculous or whatnot. But the day came when I slipped on my first pair of heels, and they weren't even particularly high. They were about, I don't know what to say, about 2 to 3 inches, and that absolutely changed the way my legs looked and my whole body. Just sort of, kind of like it just metamorphosized into this gorgeous feminine sort of body. I don't know if you saw that episode of American Dad, where Stewie, as a member of a roller derby team, decides to sort of explores the idea of becoming transgender and cross-dressing. He puts on a dress, and as soon as he puts on his heels, his entire body changes into a woman's body. So that's sort of what happened to me. Those heels, again, I knew they would look good, I knew they would be fine, but they were absolutely right. It was kind of like a feeling that everything had slipped into place, or not everything rather, but yet another piece of a puzzle had sort of slipped into place. That was the kind of feeling that I had, and it just left me wondering, why hadn't I tried that before? It was after college when I decided that it was time for me to try on a dress. And my dress try-on experience was as sort of transformative as all my other previous cross-dressing linked experiences were. As soon as I slipped on a dress, I was like, yes, I'm meant to rock these. And I have no idea why I have not rocked dresses my entire life. Now, societal pressure was obviously there, and it had a major role in it. But yeah, it was that sort of period in my life when I had matured to the point that I was ready to take my next step on my cross-dressing journey, and I put on a dress, and it absolutely rocked my world yet again, leaving me pondering why I hadn't done it before, and sort of giving me a little bit of a bittersweet taste of what I had missed out in life beforehand. So yeah, as soon as I put on the dress, again, I was a little bit angry with myself because of my ignorance that I hadn't thought of, just going all the way down the rabbit hole, straight down. Sometimes I would see crossdressers and transgender people and drag queens in different movies, mostly portrayed in a negative light, and that sort of prompted me to distance myself from these characters. I never sort of felt like I had anything to do with them. My crossdressing was something different. It was organic. It wasn't exactly calling for me to go all the way. And back then I did not appreciate the flashy makeup the way I do right now, and the other different little gifts and benefits and intricacies of crossdressing and drag. As I started going online more and more, this sort of feeling of being the only crossdresser in the world gradually started to dispel. I remember myself the first time I took a liking to drag was when I checked out the older version of the Miss Gay USA website, where there were all these gorgeous drag queens, and I was like, I was taken with these images. I was like, yeah, that's something I could do, and something I would see myself doing. Then I found the webpage of a UK-based drag queen, Miss Dixie Tucker, and that sort of further reinforced the feeling that I wasn't alone in the world, and that there were others, struggling with the exact same problems and enjoying the exact same benefits of this hobby as I was. Given the intricacy and the length of my crossdressing journey, I find it funny when people say, I've been crossdressing for a year, for 2.5 years, for 5 years, whatever. This is sort of an aspect of my personality and my being that's always been there. It's totally grassroots and organic, and it's sort of like I was born a crossdresser. I just had to take my sweet time to discover who I really was. So guys, and the journey is still on, obviously. So what is the essence of crossdressing based on all these experiences? Now then, if you watch the final part of my last full form video that I posted here on YouTube, when I try on that gorgeous gold mini dress, metallic mini dress that I received from Spiris. Now these sky-high heels. Oh my goodness gracious. I absolutely love these. There's absolutely no words to describe how I feel in these babies. Thank you, Spiris. I absolutely love these guys. Oh my god. You will get to have a glimpse into what motivates me to crossdress and why I feel that many people do so. Many people crossdress. I absolutely was left floored by the way I looked in that dress, by the way it felt on me, and it just absolutely transformed me. Sort of like Stewie got transformed when he put on that dress and those shoes in the cartoon in American Dad. Exactly, that's how I felt when... wait a minute, that's not Stewie, man. I'm mixing things up here. That's Steve. That's Steve. I'm talking about Steve, of course. Stewie is in the other cartoon, you know. Okay, cut. So Stewie is in the... Stewie is in Family Guy, okay? And Steve is in American Dad, and I'm talking about Steve. I was talking about Steve all along. Sorry about that mix-up. So, so kind of like Steve, I just get transformed. So when I put on my first pair of lycra shorts, when I put on my first pair of pantyhose, when I first slipped into panties, when I first started wearing heels, when I got my first leotard and you know, put it on and got a glimpse of myself in the mirror. When I put on my first dress, and all the way down to when I put on this gold Speary's dress that I showcased in my last video. That is the essence of cross-dressing. When you feel floored by the experience, when the actual experience exceeds 100-fold your expectations, when you feel like things sort of slip into place when you put on these different items of feminine clothing. And yeah, that sort of is the essence of cross-dressing for me. The wild abandon, the excitement, and a sort of, it is kind of like when you're really, really good at a certain sport, and then you keep performing well at it, and you feel more motivated to do it. You get hooked on it, and yeah, it is satisfying. So that, guys, is what I have identified as the essence of cross-dressing as far as I'm concerned. Now, if you have anything to add to that, please do let me know in the comments, and I'm dying to hear your take on this issue. And yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video. But do not go away yet. Alright guys, so a while ago I shot a video in which I told you guys that I would give away 4 Catch Queen t-shirts, and I asked you to sort of signal your intention that you wanted one of these shirts, because I do understand that not many people would actually want to wear such things in public or even in the privacy of their home. So many of you have responded, and 13 of you have left me messages, comments under the video, stating that you want a t-shirt. So I have written out all of these names, all 13 of these names, and I decided to hold a sort of a raffle draw and decide randomly to whom I would send the t-shirts. So here's the draw then. Alright, okay, so here we go with the first one. And yeah, I'm looking up there at the TV where the actual draw video is. I'm going to put in here for you. And it says Brian Runicles is the first one. Okay, second. The second person to receive a t-shirt is Carson Rhodes. Oh wait, no, it's Cascas 7312. Yep. The third one, the third t-shirt goes to Mark Lewis Jr. 5517. Yeah, that's right. And the final one goes to Carson Rhodes 6731. So yeah, guys, I'm sorry. The rest of you, I will consider you for future draws if I ever do hold any more. So these are my 4 winners right there. And guys, what I would like to ask you is to contact me and send me your actual address so I can mail the t-shirts to you. If one of you fails to do so, I'm going to have to give the t-shirts to another person to hold another draw. And yeah, well, that's pretty much it for today, guys. I hope you liked the video, and if you're among the t-shirt winners, please do contact me at your convenience. I'm in no hurry. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, guys, if you like my videos and my channel, please do subscribe to it. Do share my videos, and do let your friends know that there's this quirky sort of crossdresser doing videos online. Maybe they would like Peek as well. And check me out on different other forms of social media. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Flickr, I'm on Facebook, and I'm also on TikTok, where I run a tiny little channel where I showcase various clothes and hosiery, shoes. I do a little bit of cross-dressing modeling there. And yeah, well, see you around. Hasta luego.